Hey guys, if you're watching the replay, I am not selling today, just chatting about social media etiquette and kind of some expectations that we have for our team, and just kind of answer some questions. Oh, sorry, my tripod is crazy. Hello. Good morning. I'll wait for a couple of you guys to hop on and then I'll launch in. I don't know how long. We had a little miscommunication with my husband. Good morning. And so Carter's in here with me. So I know there's been a couple questions about social media, kind of what you're quote unquote allowed to do while you're waiting to be a rep, kind of how to utilize social media as a sales tool as well as a connection tool when you are a rep. And yeah, so I feel like, I mean, there's a lot of content. I'm not going to cover it all today, but we try to help each other out in the team, right? So if there's graphics that we have created, we try to share them. If there are seminars or like online trainings, we try to share them within our Hive tribe just to kind of share that wealth and get everybody on the same page. As far as kind of what's allowed, so that's when you are a rep. So as far as what you all should be doing as you're waiting in the queue. Hey, Amanda. Obviously everybody has Facebook. It is up to you if you want to create your group right now. You know, a lot of people are creating them and then just keeping them secret, but loading them up with information. Hello. Carter got a haircut today. Loading them up with graphics and information that... Okay.
Hello. Hi, Mom. Hi.
Yeah, so he got a little haircut today. He was like Shaggy Boy.
Shaggy Boy.
So loading it up with graphics, you know, size charts, things like that. All right, of course. Sorry guys, I got a nurse. Size charts. You don't want to nurse. Okay. This is the Carter show.
Oh, you want to nurse right now.
Okay, that's fine.
So, I want to nurse.
So that way when you do start adding members to your group, there is information there, right? So then you're not bombarding them with like so many posts after posts, because sometimes that can get spammy. And if someone is new to a group like we have within Agnes and Dora and other direct sale clothing companies, it's sort of overwhelming, you know, so we want to make sure that we're kind of welcoming them without throwing too much at them. You're welcome to add your referring rep to the group and ask for her feedback on what you have going on in there, but I would not don't start adding people, especially now. You haven't signed a contract. There's really no agreement yet. It's just you're on a wait list and looking to join, right? So that goes for here, that goes for Instagram. I guess Instagram you can keep it private and then just not add anybody, so you can have content once you load it up and then you can go public. But you really shouldn't be portraying yourself as a rep because you're not yet, if that makes sense. But on the flip side, there's nothing wrong with following your favorite reps, collecting some of your favorite ideas and things that you've seen them do with content, with themes, with giveaways or campaigns, things like that. You're definitely on the right track. And I had 5 weeks between when I paid and when my kit arrived. So that really gave me a lot of time to do all that. Granted, a year ago, I actually signed my contract a year ago, Friday or Saturday. There was like no information out there, right? So I would search YouTube and nothing would come up. I would Google it and nothing came up. So my goal this past year was to put content out there so that when people went searching for Agnes and Dora, they weren't met with silence. So you have a lot of time in which you can do that. We still don't know when they're going to be onboarding. We got an email that said March, but we don't, we have no details. We don't really know. There's a lot of people on the wait list right now. There's like 3,000 people, I want to say. So, they're obviously not going to do everyone at once. But it's coming. We know that it's coming. So, the take home is, don't portray yourself as a rep because you're not yet, but you can do all the groundwork leading up to it so that when it is time and you do become a rep, you can just be super excited and focus on adding people to your group and spreading organically, spreading the word, taking pictures of your clothing, having people over, spending time on the things that are actually going to get you guys new customers, as opposed to just, Carter, seriously, it's like, oh my god, real life, right? As opposed to doing all like the admin-y stuff of like gathering pictures and stuff. So there's a social media group that another rep and I, Dorothy, created, and it's got some really good content. It's got stuff that we continue to add to. Dorothy wrote this great series about basically how to brand yourself, starting from like how to brand yourself to how to post content. So it goes through 5 or 6 steps of creating your brand, realizing your target audience, and then
Window down.
collecting the content, organizing the content,
Window down.
window down, window up, and then actually posting it.
Window up.
So if you guys want, I'm happy to go through some of those things with you. Before I move on, do you guys have any questions about what is, if what you're doing is okay, or does that make sense, what I said, or are you just like, whatever, this girl doesn't know what she's talking about? How did you launch your business when you got your initial inventory? So when I got my initial inventory, so like I mentioned, I had those 5 weeks. I had built a lot of excitement in my group. I created my group, but I don't think I started adding people until I got my shipping notification, I want to say. Or, no, because then I remember saying it shipped. So I think I actually created my group when I became a rep, because I knew I would have about a month. So I took that time to purchase some inventory for myself. I bought it full price from a couple reps, and then back then we were able to buy, once we signed, we were able to buy inventory at wholesale, as opposed to now where they don't allow that. So I just ordered stuff for myself and got it and tried it on, kind of got people excited about it. And then I actually did a soft launch. I did an online soft launch where I ordered like a run of some Curie dresses and some skirts and a couple dolmens, some leggings, and just practiced. I told people that this was a soft launch, and I just wanted to practice and make sure that I kind of knew what I was doing as far as posting to albums and shipping and things like that. And that went off really well. I think I sold like 20. I think like 20 people bought from me, maybe not that many. And then April 1 is when I had my open house. So I did a local open house. I got my group really excited about, or my neighborhood had like this online, meetup group. And I just got my local friends to come over. It was in home. That one was in home. And then I did an online. So I held some things back. Carter, we don't need this on right now. I held some things back so that the in-home people weren't getting everything and the online people were getting leftovers. I tried to kind of have something separate, but it went really well. So I did the open house on Saturday, and I think I launched on Sunday with what hadn't sold, and then those things that I had held back. And it was awesome. I mean, I did. In that first week, you guys, I sold $5,000. I sold enough to pay off that initial investment, my initial kit investment. Of course, I had bought more, so it was a little bit further in. But yeah, I mean, it was just that fast. And I know that that's not a normal story, and so I say that with, hey, this took a lot of work. You're not just gonna buy some clothes and throw them up in a Facebook album or put up a link and expect them to sell out. I did a lot of work. I had a really receptive, warm market. I have a few businesses that I started back in San Diego, and so I had a lot of people who kind of knew and trusted me and were excited and just wanted to support me. So that I would say it is possible, totally possible, obviously, because I did it, but you know, I wouldn't count and just be like, oh yeah, I'm totally gonna sell out, you know, because I have these wonderful clothes. You have to teach your customers about them, right? So you have to use social media as a tool to introduce them and tell them why this is gonna make them make their life better. I'm sorry, guys. Yeah, like why the clothes are going to make their life better, why they want to buy from you, why it's so important that you are doing this business for yourself and for your family. You are selling them you, right? You're not just selling them a dolman. Why would they buy it from you versus someone else? If you guys both have a black dolman, why should someone buy it from you instead of me? You know, set yourself apart, and that's what social media is. That's what the tool is for. You use it not just to sell on, which I don't even really sell on social media anymore because we have our party site. It's for connection, and it's, in this case, it's for branding yourself. So yeah, does that answer your question? Sorry, I went off on a tangent. You guys know I talk a lot. Okay, there's the cards. Okay, so back to branding yourself. Starting off, I have like ADD, so I'm not real, like, but I have a really hard time branding myself because I'm like, this is interesting to me and this is interesting to me and everything is, you know, like a squirrel. But one of the things that Dorothy says, and she knows what she's doing, she's like a social media queen. If you search on YouTube, she's the one that pops up and has like 9,000 views on her videos. So she knows what's up. Plus she has like a social media helper. So branding yourself. And this is what sets you apart from another rep, right? Yes, Dorothy Booth. Yeah. So this is what sets you apart from another rep. Again, why is someone going to buy from you and not me, or vice versa? So we're creating the trust factor. Like I had mentioned, you want people to...
Hello.
Oh my God. You're driving me crazy!
Hello.
Oh, you guys. This is so frustrating.
Hello.
So one of the things that she challenged... Okay, can you go pick up the buttons, please? Please go pick up all the buttons.
No, I can't.
One of the things that she challenged us to do in our social media group is to pick 3 things that we want to stand for. Like 3 things that we feel like we want people to know us for. And it's funny, I had been in the business for a year and I had never done that. I was like, well, everything is interesting to me, and that doesn't really work. Your clients need to have that consistency. Hey, go look in the mirror. So mine was, I don't even remember what mine was. That's how ADD I am. I know it was something about self-improvement. Oh crap, what else was it? Empowerment, like female empowerment, and fashion. I think something like accessible fashion. So I want people to see how accessible our clothing is and why it makes their life easier, and how it makes them feel better about themselves without a ton of effort. And anybody can do it. I want people to feel empowered to feel beautiful and to embrace their femininity. And then the self-improvement factor kind of just rounds that up, right? So I'm constantly seeking to learn more and to be more and to understand more. So I try to reflect that in my social media. So that's my brand. The next thing she talks about is who's your client? Who's the client avatar? When you buy stuff, who are you envisioning? Most of the time it's us, right? I'm seeing myself. I'm a mom. I'm busy. I haven't been focusing on myself for a while, but I want to. Things like that. So picture that person and then gear it towards them. If it's not you, who is it? Are you trying to attract younger professionals who have a lot of money, but not a lot of time to shop. Hey, go show Daddy. Go show Daddy your cute sunglasses. Because that is how you're going to purchase, and that's how you're going to open the door. And that's how you're going to write your content. That's how you're going to focus on, or who you're going to focus on. Hold on, guys.
I can open the door, Mom.
Go see what Dad is doing. Thank you. Okay. So we have, so we're on brand and target audience. Okay. So moving on. So as far as using social media to drive sales, this is something that I'm pretty passionate about because I don't sell on social media, but I use it, and I use technology basically to drive my sales. I don't do a lot of in-home. I do, I would say mostly online. When people come by and shop, they do buy a lot, but just with life and we just moved, and anyway, now I have a space, but I didn't before, so I was doing primarily online. So part of that, hold on one second, sorry guys, I'm pulling up my notes. Okay, crap. I'm sorry guys. Carter hit a bunch of stuff and now I can't see anything. I think he erased my whole outline. All right. Well, he erased my outline, so sorry about that, guys. All right, what was I talking about? Somebody remind me. Sorry. Totally lost my train of thought. And my outline is gone. Selling online. Oh yeah, using sales to drive sales, right? So there are a lot of tools that are available, right? There's within the social media world. There is within Instagram. If you have a business account and not a personal account, you can, and actually maybe personal accounts do too, but there's a hyperlink in your profile, right? And you can choose what you want to put in that link. That basically you can refer in your post. You can say link in profile. Now, what's your main goal? Are you trying to make sales, or are you trying to grow your group? For a while for me, it was to grow my group. So I would say, hey, this is where we're hanging out. Join my group. Link is in the profile. Now I'm working on sales. Now I'm trying to drive people from Instagram straight to my party site. And the party site, if you're not familiar with that, is something that headquarters created for us. It's just ours. It's a third-party website. We're not being charged for it right now, and it's basically where I do all of my sales. So all of my inventory is listed on it. People can claim and then check out, and then I invoice them after that. So my goal right now is not necessarily to grow my Facebook group, but to have people recognize the brand and purchase it. So I've linked my party site in that. And same goes for your business page. If you choose to have a business page, I used to have my Facebook group linked. Now I have my party site linked. I also have a blog, which drives traffic to my group and to the party site. It's something I just created in WordPress, or I bought the domain with GoDaddy, and then they have this thing where you can buy WordPress, and anyway, it looks really professional. I have no idea what I'm doing, but it looks like I do. So that is an option. I also use, thank you. If you want to look at it, it's adorewith.me is the website. I also use My Emma, which is sort of like MailChimp, but you pay for it. And I think it's easier because I started to do MailChimp and I was like, I don't know what's going on here. I have no idea how to even do this. But My Emma is real easy. It is kind of pricey, but I found that the engagement that I have from my clients makes that worth it. So I send out newsletters and party reminders. Which one? My Emma. Just myemma.com. And I've just found that I'm able to connect with people a lot more. I'm trying to get off of Facebook as a main source of my clients, right? So trying to connect with them in other ways. that is aside from that, because as you guys know, Facebook loves to put us in jail, and you know, they're not getting any profit from the sales that we make on Facebook. So they're making it very clear through different ways of changing things up. Remember when they changed it where if you commented on a post it wouldn't bump? That was a really big problem for a lot of people. They put people in jail for posting too much. They when they put you in jail, it means you can't post. You just can't post in your group. You can't post. You're like just disabled. One time my group, the whole wall disappeared. So I was in the middle of uploading a party and everything just disappeared. And that was the end of it for me. I said, I'm not doing this anymore because this is my livelihood. And if I'm relying on a third party, Facebook, who has no vested interest in me to help me with that, it's not a good thing. So HQ heard us and basically jumped, you know, feet first and created this website for us, which is beautiful. And speaking of which, so I also purchased a domain that is adoorewithmel.com, and that just takes you right to my party site. I have a party that's open all the time, and that way when I'm periscoping or you know, I have it in my email tagline, just like an easy adoorewithmel.com, and there you go. Yeah, so these are all things that you can do now. You can do all of these things right now. You can create a website. You have all this downtime, right? Of, I want to be doing something. What should I do? I created my Facebook group and now I don't know what else to do. How about you start creating an email list? Start drawing up blog posts. Do styling ideas. Create content so that when the time comes, you can focus on your customers. You can focus on your inventory. You know, you can focus on not being overwhelmed. You know, you can have more time with your family than I did for the first year of doing this. Yeah. So the content that we're driving sales, we're using social media. So some of the apps that I love, that I use to create all of this, Animoto is one of my favorites. It's, again, you pay for it, but you can do these real fun videos where I do like my sneak peeks a lot. If you look in our YouTube, I created the Earhart dress slideshow with that. A ton of music to choose from, and they just take all the work out of it for you. I use Canva for a lot of my graphics. Hi, Marty. A lot of our team members use Ripple, which is like a short, basically like Animoto, but short, and you can do it on an app. You can post it in Instagram, and it just shows like multiple views of an item or multiple pictures. Boomerang is fun. And of course YouTube. So and I don't know how I can get this information to you guys. If you're in my group, if you're in our lounge group, I have all of this stuff posted. That it's in our new rep training. So some of my favorite apps that I use for graphics and editing is Rhonda. I love Snapseed. PicMonkey's a popular one. Typorama. WordSwag, those ones. Over is another good one. So you have all this content. What do you do with it? Put it in Google Drive. Seriously, put it in Google Drive. Organize yourself that way. Have folders based on content or the outlet you want to use. If you want to have an Instagram folder and a Facebook folder and you know, email ideas and a blog post folder, you can do that. Or you can have styling ideas and motivation and family and fashion, and you can organize it in so many ways. But Google Drive is the way to do it, y'all, because you can access it from your phone. You can access it from any computer, from your iPad. You can share it. So if you have a team and your team's like, oh my God, I really need some graphics. And you're like, hey, here you go. You can join this. And you guys can collaborate. I love Trello to keep myself organized. I have so many lists on Trello. It's kind of like a virtual bulletin board. So you have boards, and then within those boards you can create lists. Okay. I gotta hop off here in a minute, guys. Okay, hon, hold on. And within those you can create like longer lists. So like on one board I have my hostesses, and then I have like interested, not interested, need to reach out, completed, and it's amazing. It's a great way to keep yourself organized. So, all right, I'm sorry guys, I gotta hop off. Ryan has gotta take a quiz, and you know, it is what it is. So if you have any questions, shoot me a message, and you're always welcome to join our lounge group. It's where we hang out and have reps in waiting. Just ask questions, and you're not 100% committed to the Hive Tribe, but once you hang out for a little while, we do ask that you stay with us or find another team. So, all right. Thank you. Bye, guys.